Because Hulu has live sports.
Hulu does have live sports. God damn, is that true? How hard is ESPN about to push the PFL on us, though?
Oh, my God.
Aggressively.
Yeah. We still don't know anything about his eye. If he had, I mean, like, there's people who saying his eye isn't there.
Well, his eye is definitely there.
His...
Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Engage 8 podcast. I am Josh with my co-host,
Mike.
And today we are back to do our next division preview. Today we are doing the AFC and NFC West. But before we get into that, we have some NFL news. We also have some personal news as well, so we're going to start with that. We went to LIV Golf Chicago this weekend at the beautiful Bolingbrook Golf Club. Mike, you want to tell them how Sunday went?
Yeah, Sunday was it was fun, to be honest. First time ever going to a professional golf event, and I'd say it kind of was my expectations, exceeded it maybe a little bit. It was fun. The Maxi Golf comparisons are a little bit there. The music is just always loud.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny, to be honest, but all around, it was a good time. It was a good experience. It was fun. The golf was very good too. Seeing professional golfers play golf is unreal. They hit the ball so you can't even see it. It goes so fast sometimes. And the ending was fantastic. A 3-way playoff. Jon Rahm, Jose Luis Balleste, it's a Spanish name. He was very good. And then
Jose Le, he goes by now.
Jose Le, yeah. And then Dean Burmester, who had the lead going into the 18th hole. Electric 18th hole. They were going back and forth. Rahm hit an incredible shot. Ballester hit an incredible shot. But just a really fun time, and getting to see a legend like Phil Mickelson as well.
Insane. Getting to talk to him a little bit as he's going past. And
seeing him and his caddy interact, getting his umbrella. That was fun.
Hilarious. We also bet on Bryson.
Yeah.
Which looked great for the first 3 holes. We were buzzing. It wasn't too hot yet. Mm-hmm. It was a little bit cool. The breeze was there. Bryson was playing good. We were at T1, and then everything fell apart.
I think it didn't fall apart until it didn't fall apart until
like the
late.
4th hole.
The 4th hole he bogeyed, but he didn't fall apart until about hole 6, I think.
He went bogey, double bogey, right? Or was it bogey par, double bogey maybe?
Yeah, I think it was I don't think he bogeyed and then double bogeyed. I think it was a little bit later.
I think he was 3 over for 3 holes, and that's where he lost it. I'm pretty sure.
I know he birdied the 2nd hole.
He birdied before the first bogey.
Yes, because he birdied. Burmester, who had the lead going into the day, I think started the first 3 holes with 3 straight bogeys.
Yeah. Well, because we remember we were waiting by the green, and he had like that 5-footer, and those guys walked away. That was for par.
Yes.
And then he missed that. That
was the bogey.
That was where it started.
That was where it started. Missing that putt was bad.
Yeah.
I don't think he double bogeyed though until like 7 though.
Really? Was that late? We were that deep into it? Wow.
I'm pretty sure because it was about to hit the turn. And after that, we were like, I think we might as well just move on.
Let's go see where Phil is.
Yeah, and we decided to go see where Phil was.
But yeah, no, it was a great tournament, dude. LIV Golf was so fun. I want to see how a PGA event is now in contrast, but this being our first golf tournament and going to LIV I'm sure it's going to be a bit of a shock when we go to our first PGA event.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I watched the PGA event after it. You don't hear any music in the background. When you're watching the reruns of LIV Golf, you can still hear the music.
That was great as well, by the way. That finish was fantastic as well.
Yes. The PGA event probably had a better finish, honestly.
Yeah, with the
it wasn't
3-hole playoff.
Yeah, it wasn't a 3-way playoff. It was just a 2-way playoff.
But LIV had a team playoff too.
Yes.
Did you guys stay there?
We stayed for the team playoff. We didn't care too much.
I was rooting for Torque.
Torque got annihilated in the playoff. They did hit a big putt to put pressure on.
They lost by 1 stroke. In the
but the Stingers put 2 shots within 5 feet and.
They're really nasty. The South Africans. I'm hoping this is the week of the South Africans. DDP. Yeah. It's time. Come through.
In Chicago as well.
In Chicago. Come on.
His moment.
But yeah, on Thursday, the way we went to LIV Golf at my day job working for Dan's Golf World and Sports Illustrated, we got media passes to go to LIV, and then everybody with media passes got to go get a couple free tickets. So I was able to get him and one of our other friends tickets for Sunday. But on Thursday, my boss was playing in the Pro-Am, as of course I've said a million times, and we were partnered with Dustin Johnson. So I got to, for 9 holes, for the first 9 we were with Thomas Peters from the 4 Aces. As you can see, I'm a 4 Aces fan now. Second 9 we were with DJ, and we got to just walk the entire 9 with him and play, essentially just watch him every single golf shot from a foot away. It was just crazy. I'll put some videos here. You're probably looking at them right now. Just a foot behind him, watching him zip it down the fucking fairway. It was... It was unbelievable. It was one of the best experiences of my entire life. And yeah, it's like you said, it's crazy to watch the pros play golf.
Yeah. I'm going to go golfing hopefully soon. And I think I'll do decent, but nothing can compare to anything those guys do.
No, it's unreal. And it just Bryson's drives too.
Mm-hmm. And Jose Luis and Jon Rahm, their drives are incredible.
Yeah, well, and
Burmester too.
Burmese third on tour in driving distance.
Yeah.
It's Joaquin,
I think Rahm actually
Bryson,
had
and
the
him.
shortest driving distance out of those three.
Probably.
I think he was getting cooked. I think he was like,
Well, his drive is what sold him on the playoff because he
Yeah.
went to that left rough, but
still hit an incredible shot to give himself a chance.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Shot Live Golf, Indy next week, I believe, and then Michigan to finish off the season. So go Aces, Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed, Thomas Peters, Harold Varner.
Yeah, and then the PGA has their own. I don't know their playoff format anymore, to be honest.
It's
They've
FedEx.
changed it.
I'll give a quick explanation. It's FedEx Cup playoffs, 3 tournaments, 2 semifinals, if you want to call them that, and then the Tour Championship. The top 70 in FedEx Cup points make that first tournament, which was last week, the
Yes.
St. Jude. After that,
Top
that tournament, it's the next top 50
Mhm.
in FedEx. So you can do great in that tournament and not make the top 50 and not make the next week, which is BMW this week.
Yes.
And after that, it's top 30, and there's no more starting strokes. For
That's
the Tour
what's
Championship.
that's what's different.
That's what's changed. So now it's just a regular tournament, top 30 golfers in FedEx Cup points for the Tour Championship.
Okay, so they just play the whole weekend, or I saw someone that said they like cut people by day.
No, they play the whole
Okay.
weekend. There's no cuts
Okay,
in the
so
FedEx Cup.
that's a change. Hopefully, Scotty, he's the best golfer in the world. Hopefully, he can still figure it out.
Well,
but-
yeah, I mean, the way I think about it, I kind of compare it to college basketball a little bit because now they have it where they have like the regular season title, which
Mhm.
is whoever's FedEx Cup leader before the playoffs. So Scotty, obviously, he gets like $10 million or something from just that.
Yes.
And then there's the FedEx Cup playoff winner. So it's like conference champion, regular season, conference tournament champion. Which one do we value more? That's up
Mhm.
for debate, but that's what I would compare it to.
Yeah, for golf, I think it's not a question. I think I'd rather be the just overall champion.
Agreed.
But for college basketball, obviously, you want to be a tournament champion.
Yeah,
It's
I
not even
don't
close.
give a single fuck about the regular
Yeah.
season. But we can get into some NFL news now that we're done with the golf talk, unless you have anything else to say about Liv. But
I thought I did, but I do not believe I do.
all right. So we got some news here. Where do we want to start? We'll start with a guy that I picked for an award this past week for our NFC East preview. Jackson Dart threw a touchdown against the Bills in preseason. He's one of 2 quarterbacks we're going to talk about today. I'm assuming you know the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jackson Dart, he looked good. Starting job is still with Russ for now, obviously, but he looked good, and I hope we get to see some Jackson Dart. Why not?
Yeah, it's a tough one. They have Russell Wilson, obviously, but he did look good in that preseason game. He didn't get to play with all the top weapons either, so that's another thing. But I think he might be able to contend for that job, but I still expect, especially the first maybe 8 games, honestly, still go with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Unless an injury happens, and even then, I don't even know if they would want to rush Jackson Dart out there. And if you're like Brian Dable, you can kind of keep that in your back pocket of, we were using Russell Wilson, we're saving Dart for next year, and maybe it can help save him some job security. Who knows?
No, right. No, you're completely right. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's it. I think that's the head coach point is it. When your back's against the wall, you got to have that rookie quarterback in your back pocket, and he's got it. Stefanski's back isn't against the wall, but Shedeur is looking good in preseason. He's looking good.
What a start for him.
I know. I'm excited, bro. I want him to be good. I know we've made some troll TikToks about him, but at the end of the day, I've been a Shedeur guy. I said he was a 2nd round-ish talent, 3rd round maybe. I thought 5th was crazy. 1st was a little bit of a stretch as well, but he's playing well, and he's just got to be better than the couple guys in front of him.
Yeah, 5th was absolutely absurd. Tyler Show, he had a decent, I guess you could say, first preseason game. He threw a pick 6, but also did throw for a nice touchdown. But Shedeur, I just hope he gets his chance with the ones. He wasn't playing with the top guys. They did have, I'm completely blanking on the guy's name, but the white guy he's from Cleveland. He got that one-handed catch. He had that beautiful throw when he scrambled and found him. But Shedeur looked good. He had 2 touchdowns. He looked calm. He did a little too much on some plays, but he didn't do anything to turn the ball over. So that's kind of the main point. And I just think there's no way you can look at him and Dylan Gabriel. He's got to be better than Dylan Gabriel.
Agreed.
I just don't even think that's a question.
Agreed.
Him and Joe Flacco, maybe you give Joe Flacco the start early in the year, but as time goes on, I feel like it's got to be. I just think Shedeur should get a chance, and hopefully Stefanski sees it, and he will.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought I had a little bit more for news, but I don't think I do. We got John Gruden's legal victory.
Yeah, I don't know much. I haven't looked into that. I just know
Neither have I. I just know that
little
they're
bit.
not doing arbitration, and he's going after the NFL for the email situation. So
I guess good for him. So
league plans to appeal.
I guess good for him. There's the big injury to Rashawn Slater, but I guess we can talk about that when the Chargers come up.
Yeah. Was there any other? Oh, the Norris injury in the Lions game where they stopped the preseason.
yeah.
That was crazy.
That was unfortunate. Hopefully, it sounds like he's going to be okay though.
Yeah. That was just. Did you see the video?
I have seen the video. Yes, and that was
Video's
rough.
crazy. Yeah.
Not what you want to see, and it's just you feel like you see that a lot in football. A guy just gets a knee to the head.
Yeah.
But that one, it must have been so much power behind the knee,
and it's just
that it took him out completely.
I think it's just one of those things with like happens to be the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, because I saw the view from like the end zone almost of him.
Yeah,
and he was doing I can't think like the words for it, but he was like doing the shaking thing, the shakes.
Yeah, he was like having looked like a seizure.
Like a seizure, yes.
Yeah.
And that's just scary stuff.
Yeah, no, it was not good. I thought there was another injury or another important news. Maybe not. I got caught by Scheffler today. I thought OBJ retired.
No,
he did not retire.
That wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, that was a pretty. That's the thing with those accounts is sometimes they do stuff that's just enough believable.
Yes, and well, actually, I do have another thing of news that we can talk about in a minute. But the biggest issue I have with that is we share the Engage 8 account on Twitter.
Yes,
and for some reason, I don't know if it's just Elon Musk, X, whatever, but they don't send you notifications for anything except for like just random ones, and it's fake news every time.
Yes, every single.
But like, why are you sending me a notification?
It's always
I don't
like
follow this account. I have nothing to do with this account. Why are you sending me a notification? And then it turns out to be fake news.
The big two are Centel and Leading Report.
Yeah,
There's so many.
It's like Legion Hoops too.
Yeah, Legion Hoops. Yeah,
with like
a
0
ML
instead of an
football.
O.
Yeah,
it's just so annoying that they do that.
Yeah, Dove. They love that.
Yeah,
Or what is
Dove
it? Don Kleeman. What is it?
Yeah.
What's the fake one?
I think it's Don Kleeman.
Don Kleeman. Yeah. But I mean, Dove is already a fake person.
Yeah.
So the fact there's a fake one of him is hilarious.
Yeah. News. Najee Harris has participated in drills. Well, so that's another Chargers one. I guess we can talk about in a minute.
Yep.
But we still don't know anything about his eye. If he had, like, there's people who saying his eye isn't there.
Well, his eye is definitely
scratches in his
there.
eye.
We would know if his eye wasn't there.
He has only worn sunglasses. He hasn't taken them off, so
He's probably not allowed
no one's
to.
seen his eyes.
He's probably not allowed to take them off.
Definitely not, but no one has seen his eyes, so nobody knows what this firework eye injury is. It's just kind of absurd.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. Is that all you had?
And circling back, we talked about Dricus Duplessis.
We did.
And UFC Chicago.
Yep.
UFC signs a lucrative, I believe it was like $7.7 billion for 7 years.
1.1 a year.
So $1.1 billion a year to sign with CBS and Paramount. Wild. Hopefully that means the end of pay-per-views, but I guess Dana White has said like a little thing like there might still be pay-per-views, which would just be dumb.
It seems like he's trying to make sure people don't give up on pay-per-views for boxing because it's not going away for boxing.
Yeah, he does still have his Crawford and Canelo boxing that he cares more about than the UFC at a lot of points.
Yep.
But I'd love. Well, it's going to happen, but I'd love for it to not be pay-per-views, and I'd also just like to not have to. I've never legally streamed before. I've never done that.
But if
I would
people
never do
who
that.
do probably don't have to anymore because they can probably afford Paramount Plus.
And I think Paramount Plus is like $15 a year. So
yeah, and those people probably also sometimes watch Big Brother live feeds on Paramount Plus, so they already have it.
so they already have it.
They don't really have to invest in anything else.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what else I got. I mean, we could talk about the fight this weekend if you want. Like, I obviously got DDP.
I know you got DDP. I'm back and forth. I'm probably gonna be a game time decision on who I pick to win. I'd like DDP to win though. Over Hamza.
DDP by sleep.
By like KO.
Just sleep.
I was gonna say if DDP wins, I bet it's by submission or decision. If Hamza wins, I think it's just gonna get ended.
I think it's either gonna be brutal knockout or rear naked choke. Hamza doesn't tap, it goes out. So
yeah, that's what I kind of would see happening is Hamza not tapping.
So you'll see it. You'll see it this weekend, folks. Only on Paramount Plus. Not yet. But
I don't know when it starts. If it starts at the end of the year.
2026.
So, okay.
So,
the
yeah,
end of the year.
January, I think, yeah.
So you still got a couple more ESPN pay-per-views left.
Yep, a couple more.
Nice to see a company finally going away from ESPN. I feel like we haven't seen that in forever.
That's true. Who
We've got
has?
NFL going to ESPN.
How hard is ESPN about to push the PFL on us now?
Oh, my God.
Aggressively.
I mean, I could see them going for boxing aggressively now. I'm pretty sure they already have their own boxing stuff, but
I mean, this was pretty predictable. We kind of knew they were leaving ESPN regardless, but then once ESPN went and got the NFL, now they're what is it? I forget. I feel like they're getting something else.
well, Red Zone.
Red Zone, yes. Maybe I'm thinking. Did you see that Hulu might be going away?
Oh, I've not.
They're
No.
becoming. They might just become Disney Plus.
Oh, well, I mean, Hulu and Disney Plus has been a thing forever.
And ESPN Plus.
And ESPN,
I
yeah.
think that's why I got them confused.
Yeah,
Or maybe they are all going to Disney Plus. I don't know.
that'd be crazy because I mean, Disney would have to have live sports because Hulu has live sports.
Hulu does have live sports. God damn, is that true? The Jalen Hulu has live
Yeah.
sports. You got anything else for news?
I believe that's all I got.
So now we will get into our division previews with the AFC and NFC West. We will start with the defending AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't add a ton of people in the offseason here. They just really had Gardner Minshew and Mike Edwards. In the draft, they had Josh Simmons, who fell to them late in the draft, similar to the Jahad Campbell situation with Philly. Omar Norman Lott, they took a little bit later in the second round, as well as Landon Jackson, D-end in the fourth round. But unfortunately, they did lose a decent amount of guys. Joe Tooney, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Reed, Tershawn Wharton, Mecole Hardman, and Josh Uche. They re-signed a decent amount of people. They got to bring back Juju. Let's go, Juju.
Yeah. Big time there.
Charles Menahue, Hollywood Brown, George Karlaftis got an extension as well. And then Trey Smith was the big one this offseason. Before we keep going with the Chiefs, though, I'm going to ask you about all these this week for the passing yards, rushing yards, all that good stuff. So where do you think the Chiefs ranked last year for passing yards per game?
Their passing offense wasn't fantastic, so I'm going to imagine they're a little bit below average. I'll go about 15th.
They are 15th,
Really?
actually. That's
Let's
crazy.
go.
That's
I got
actually
one.
insane. Rushing yards per game, what are they?
Again, injuries in that room. Had to bring in Kareem Hunt, so I'm going to imagine not good. I'm just going to go with about like 22nd.
26.
So even worse than I thought. Wow.
Passing yards allowed per game.
Now, they had a good defense. They weren't as good. I know they're a very good run defense. Weren't as good in the pass. I'll go about maybe a little bit above average again, 14th.
19th.
Okay. So, wow.
And then rushing yards allowed per game.
I think they're pretty good. Probably top 10. I'm going to go like 6th.
10th. So they
10,
were
top 10.
that 10th was their highest of all of those categories last year, and they made the Super Bowl and won 15
Which is just
games.
absurd.
That's unbelievable.
And yeah, they went 15-2.
Yes,
Just-
I mean that was the Chiefs last year, though.
Yeah.
That was the Chiefs.
The issue though going into this season is you kind of said it. They didn't really get that much better
Yeah,
than last season. They're gonna get a couple guys back. Hopefully if you're a Chiefs fan, you're getting Rashee Rice back pretty early in the season. I don't know what's going on with his injuries and off the field stuff, but you're hopefully getting him back. You still have Xavier Worthy. He was a great weapon for you. Hollywood Brown will hopefully be healthy for most of the season. He had injuries all year as well. And then same thing with Pacheco. You're hopefully able to have him for the full season. They did bring in Elijah Mitchell, so they have a little bit more depth there. They still have Kareem Hunt, so they'll have a little bit of depth. They did bring in Jerry Tillery and Christian Fulton. Are those two moves that I think are really going to put them over the edge? Not really. The defense.
I didn't even
I
mention.
mean,
those.
their defense last year was fine. They have guys. Karlaftis is continuing to get better. Omena, who's a solid piece. Chris Jones is Chris Jones. You still have Bolton. And then you got Trent McDuffie. So they still got a lot of top-tier guys. I don't think they can go and win 15 games like they did last season.
No, I agree. I think it's going to be tough. But at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. How many more years do we have left of that?
Yeah, I mean, we've said that. I think we said that last year on the pod.
Yeah,
And Travis Kelce. How many more years do we have left of Travis Kelce?
Who, I mean, he's still podcasting, though.
Yeah, well, he's about to break some records with the podcast.
Yeah, people are saying that. We'll see.
He will.
You think
She's
so?
like releasing her album on the podcast, like the due date and everything.
Oh,
Like the
really?
release date. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, well, okay, well, not.
Yeah. They're saying it's gonna go for like 10
That's some
million more.
bullshit.
10 million
You
plus.
think we can get her on to do that?
Yeah, we should try to get Taylor Swift on the pod.
That'd be huge for us, bro.
That'd be massive numbers.
That would be massive.
We could really
for
use
us.
that. Get her to do a football explained for us.
Yeah, that would be great. But yeah, for the Chiefs, like you said, I expect them to lose more games this year. Do I expect them to go have a complete fall off and not make the playoffs? Absolutely not. But I'm just hoping for their sake. If I'm a Chiefs fan, you want that defense to be what it was last year. If it's not, then you're in trouble because the offense wasn't great last year, and you can't expect a huge upsurge in that come next season. They didn't do enough. They frankly got worse on offense, especially on the offensive line.
Yeah.
So like, you better hope that defense is as good, if not better, than last year. And if the defense is worse, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, they could. I don't really want to say it, but they could use Patrick Mahomes to play a little bit better, I guess. I mean, he won 15 games, but you still felt like during the regular season, at least, at times he felt like he could have played better. Obviously, it still worked out for him in the end. They made the Super Bowl. They didn't win it, but they made the Super Bowl. The offensive line did lose a couple guys. They're going to have to replace. Now they bring in Josh Simmons, a rookie, to block his blind side. Maybe he's competing with Jalen Moore, but that's another question mark for this offense as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm interested to see, and the team that's really right on their tail right now, the Los Angeles Chargers, they made a good amount of moves this offseason. They recently brought back Keenan Allen, which we teased at the end of last episode.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
I believe we did, because it just worked out that we were talking about the West next. Najee Harris, who we talked about earlier in this episode. They also had a Mekhi Becton, which he played really, really well last year, so that's huge for them on their offensive
Concerning
line.
injury, though.
He has a concerning
Yes,
injury?
he is. I think he's yet to practice with the Chargers. I'm not even 100% certain it's an injury. The report
really?
was a little odd. I'll have to find it. You
Are
can
we
keep talking,
dealing
I'll
with a
find it.
Jadon Blue situation?
Yeah, you can keep talking. I'll find it.
Yeah, they drafted Amarion Hampton as well, which a lot of people were questionable about that pick. I really like that pick. I'll say now, if Sarb somehow makes it to this deep in the episode, which we both know he is not going to make it this deep in the episode, I'm almost 100% certain I am taking Genty and Hampton 1-2 in Dynasty. I'm really excited about Hampton. I have high hopes for him. He's a huge running back. He's a power back in this run-first system. I think he's going to dominate. I love that pick for them. The guys they lost, they lose Bosa. They lose Fulton. They lose Poona Ford, Dobbins, Palmer, DJ Chark, and there wasn't really many people that they re-signed. Jalen Rager's on the list here, so that's how you know it isn't too impactful. Did you find the Becton stuff?
I did. He has not practiced since the end of July, is working through something, but will be fine and is participating in meetings and walkthroughs. So
it is an injury then.
Yeah, I guess it is an injury.
Can't be a contract thing.
I cannot be a contract thing he signs with him, but the Amarion Hampton thing, I think he can have a great season with this Chargers team. Top pick. It is concerning, though, that they I think it could just be a little bit of a bluff, but Harbaugh did say even if Najee's not ready to go week 1, it's going to be a split backfield for Amarion Hampton.
I mean, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked by that.
But he will not be getting all of the work right away.
I mean, with Najee not there, he's at least a goal line back.
Yes.
So
should be.
like, he's gonna score.
Yeah.
I like him in regular fantasy too.
I do as well, and I also love a guy who was good for them last season, Ladd McConkey. I think he's only going to get better. He's coming off a 1,149-yard season as a rookie. They do bring in Keenan Allen back. That's another guy he's going to have to work with, but I don't think that's really going to matter too much. I think he's due to have another great season and become a real big threat with Justin Herbert. I think they can become a pretty good quarterback wide receiver duo. And I know you said that they're on the Chiefs' tails. I think there might be a different team in this division on the Chiefs' tail.
Oh, a team that we know someone who's a fan of?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I guess for both of them. But,
yeah, they both do, but yes.
All right. Passing yards per game last year for the Chargers.
Not great. I'll go with 20th.
19th.
Wow.
Not
I'm on it
bad.
right now.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe you got that first one. Rushing yards per game?
A little bit better. I'll go with about 12th.
20th.
Oh, wow.
A little bit
so
worse.
Not as good as I believed.
Passing yards allowed per game.
I mean, they had a good defense on. That kind of helped them a lot throughout the season. I'll go with 10th.
7th.
Okay, pretty good.
Close. Rushing yards allowed per game.
I'm just going to stick with 10th. I think they were just decent enough again.
14th. Close.
I think they did pretty
You're
good.
going to get one of these.
I'll take that.
You're going to get one of these. Don't worry.
What?
Anything else on the Chargers?
Their defense, it was great last season. I still think it could be better. Tuli Tuipulotu, or however you say his name. He had a pretty good rookie season. I think he's only going to get better. They brought back Khalil Mack, who had a great season last year.
Yeah.
He should hopefully get better. Really no coaching changes for the Chargers here. They do have a little bit of a tougher schedule than they did last season. They have the 11th hardest schedule. And I believe they start in Brazil. So we'll see how they go against the Chiefs in Brazil.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that starts for them. But I think they're definitely going to contend for a playoff spot. And I expect Herbert to be kind of used a little more this season. Last year they ran the ball a lot. Harbaugh's first season as coach with Greg Roman.
They'll still run.
They're still going to run the ball a lot, but I think they kind of open up that arm a little bit for Justin Herbert this year.
Agreed. All right. Possibly that team you're talking about here. Denver
I'd say
Broncos. Instead of leading off with their additions, this time we will lead off with their stats from last year. 10-7, lost in the wild card round, of course, of the Buffalo Bills. Passing yards per game.
Their offense wasn't explosive. It's kind of middle of the pack. I'll go with 16th.
21st.
Okay.
Rushing yards per game.
Trying to think of how much they ran the ball last season, and I think they when they ran the ball well, they were a very, very potent offense, but they weren't always able to do that. So I'm going to assume a little bit below the middle of the pack, 18th.
17th.
Oh, right there.
Right on it.
Right there.
Passing yards allowed per game.
Now they have the defensive player of the year. They were very good defensively. They weren't the best passing defense, but they were definitely good. I'll go with 12th.
20th. I just checked that because I was shocked. 20th is crazy.
That's a lot lower than I thought.
20th is crazy.
And I guess it makes sense. They invested first round draft pick into a DB,
which is also their strength at the same time. It's confusing,
Mhm.
but rushing yards allowed per game.
I was going to go around 10th again, but if their passing yards was so low and they were such a good defense, I feel like it'd have to be higher.
Good logic.
I'm going to go with 5th.
5th.
There we go. There's one.
There you go. Just kidding.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. It is 5th.
Oh,
It is
okay.
5th.
Okay.
But yes, we'll get into some of their additions here. Do you have them up?
I have some of them up, yeah.
All right, I'll just read a few then. Evan Ingram, they added in Dre Greenlaw, J.K. Dobbins from the Chargers, who we just talked about. Hufanga from the Niners. That is a huge addition
Another
for them.
DB
I like the.
of that passing defense.
What was that?
Another DB to help the passing defense.
Yes, exactly, dude. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be really, really good. They sadly lost Zach Wilson. Pause.
Yeah.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, he was good friends with Jarrett Stidham and Bo Nix. They were a trio, but I think they
were.
brought in a good replacement for him. To be honest,
Wait, who?
Sam Ehlinger,
Oh, they added Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
kind of
That's
a
funny.
Zach Wilson-esque player.
Yeah, I would say so. In what way?
Both not a great starting quarterback.
There you go. There you go. They also lost Lil Jordan Humphrey, which
Yeah, sadly,
brutal to lose Lil Jordan.
but not too many losses.
No, not really. I mean, I like their offseason. They didn't have a ton of. I should take that back. They did have. I mean, Dre Greenlaw, when he's playing at his best, he's great. Hufanga's great. Guys off injuries, which concerning, but still, they have all the potential in the world. I'm rooting for the Broncos. I like the Broncos.
I do as well. I like this team, and I think they had a pretty good draft with Jahdae Barron. That's a good pickup. And they're bringing back, I believe, all 5 starting offensive linemen, which is always a good thing. And that was one of the best offensive linemen in football last season. And they bring them all back. They had more than 800 snaps together. They led the NFL with a 90.8 PFF pass blocking efficiency rating last year. Only 110 pressures on 677 snaps. They're going to need that to continue. The only concern, or the only thing I didn't like about their offseason was I don't think they brought in a weapon for Bo Nix.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they did very good in the offseason.
No, I mean, I'd agree with that. But yeah, I mean, I think they were good enough last year where it's like, even if they didn't do a ton this offseason, they were projecting so high last year that you just got to build off that. That's really all it is. And they have a great head coach in Sean Payton, so I think they're going to build off that.
Yeah. The concern is that Bo Nix takes a sophomore dip in production and falls off a little bit, and you don't want that to happen. So I think it's great that they brought in a running back with J.K. Dobbins. They also drafted, what's his name, R.J. Harvey.
Yes.
So they're kind of trying to get that running game going. If that can perform a little bit better, that'll just help Bo Nix, and he's only going to get calmer. Well, they did bring in Evan Engram, so that's a weapon that they brought in.
That's huge, yeah.
So,
because I mean, who was their tight end room last year?
Yeah, I know his name because I picked him up. And
I can't think of the guy's name either. I'm trying to.
Did they have Troutman last year?
They did.
But I think they had someone else.
No, they had Troutman. They for sure had Troutman.
Yeah, I thought there was one more. Actually, I think I'm just thinking of Greg Dulcich.
Yes,
I think he might have been gone by last year.
Absolutely, I think Greg Dulcich.
Yeah.
But we can move on to the Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders, 4-13 last year, missed the playoffs. How many passing yards per game did they have? Or sorry, where did they rank in passing yards per game? I should say.
I'm going to assume pretty low. Did not have a great. Just going all around there. I'll go like 20th.
You assume wrong? 13th?
Really?
Yeah, rushing yards per game.
Oh. Were they 31st or 32nd?
It's
one
of
those. I can't remember
two.
If the Cowboys last week were 31st or 32nd. I'm going to go with 32nd. I think they were worse than the Cowboys.
It is dead last.
Yeah.
Okay, passing yards allowed per game. And I'm going to pull up the Cowboys. They were 27th. They were not 31st.
Really? Oh.
Cowboys are 27th.
Passing yards allowed per game?
Yep.
20th.
16th, and then rushing yards allowed per game.
Go 20th again.
12th.
Okay, so the defense performed decent then.
Yeah, not that bad.
They did retain Patrick Mahomes, so they have that going for them, the defensive coordinator.
And we mentioned that at the end of last year that they were playing decent defense, and they were getting a decent amount of passing yards. Just that they were down also. That's probably why.
That could be.
They had a complete reshuffle this offseason. They obviously get Pete Carroll as head coach at 70 whatever years old he is. They get Geno Smith from the Seahawks. They also bring in Alex Kappa, Jermaine Pratt, Raheem Mostert, Jeremy Chin, Eric Stokes, all quality pickups between those guys. They draft Genty, Jack Beck, who is the receiver from TCU, Darian Porter, who's a corner, and then Charles Grant, OT from, I think, like William and Mary. I don't remember. I think he's William and Mary. But, yeah, not a decent amount of losses for them. Christian Wilkins, Nate Hobbs, Trayvon Moore, Robert Spillane, all pretty impactful losses for them, especially all being on the same side of the ball.
Yeah, that is a little significant. But overall, I like what they did in the offseason. I think bringing in Geno Smith, a guy who's going to give him production. He had a solid year with the Seahawks. Gets maybe a little bit of a better offensive line here in Vegas, and gets Ashton Genty, will hopefully be a top 3 possible, top 5 running back right away. Didn't have the best preseason for his game, but I think he only had 3 carries. So
3 carries, -1.
Yeah, you can't really expect much in 3 carries, though, in a preseason game.
Yeah.
You also get a tight end, maybe the best tight end in the league right now, Brock Bowers, for him to throw the ball to. I think he has a lot around him to have a pretty successful season here in Vegas. They do bring in Chip Kelly as the offensive coordinator. He was at Ohio State last year. He's been in the NFL before. He's had his ups and downs, but I think this offense could be pretty decent. They have some good weapons. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker are okay. I think Jack Beck's a pretty good pick. I think he could be valuable for the Raiders this year.
Yeah, and I know a big concern that everyone's going to mention here is the offensive line. But their offensive line's better than the Seahawks was last year, for sure.
Yes.
And Geno Smith still performed well. He had a good amount of weapons and a pretty bad offensive line and a solid defense. That's essentially what he has here, but maybe a little bit worse weapons and a little bit better offensive line and a little bit worse defense. But it's around the same structure for him, and I think he's still going to be very efficient as he's been over the past few seasons. And can I close my eyes and envision Geno Smith winning a Super Bowl? No. Can I close my eyes and envision him in the playoffs? Yes.
Yeah. And speaking on the offensive line, I have the PFF grades pulled up, and they weren't as bad as you would think. Colton Miller was a solid left tackle, 13th. Parham, 17th. Jackson Powers-Johnson, young player. He was 40th, but he's still young. I think he can develop and be solid. Glaze, the right tackle, was 45th. Not great, but also young. Can develop. The concerning one is Alex Kappa. He was at the Bengals last season, was 71st out of 77 guards in football. So that's concerning, but I still think the offensive line can be decent, and like you said, I think he can possibly bring this team to the playoffs, but the big issue is that it's in one of the top 2 hardest divisions, I believe, probably in football.
Agreed. And I think we can move on to our division standings then on that note. I'm, of course, going to go with the Chiefs to win it again. It would be silly not to. And as much as I want to take the Broncos to finish second, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I just think they have a better roster overall. And I think you can always be concerned about the Bo Nix sophomore slump. There really isn't that for the Chargers. They have the talent. They're not really relying on young talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think they're a better team than the Broncos and then Broncos Raiders. So same as last year for me.
I'm just going to make the one change. I'm going to go Chiefs at 1, although I don't really think they have the best roster, possibly, but they have the best quarterback in football and a guy who just goes out and wins games. So, Chiefs 1. I have the Broncos 2, Chargers 3, and then Raiders 4. Just looking at those teams, though, 4 teams with legendary coaches, which is crazy that they're all going to play twice a year. So
Harbaugh and Carroll back at it again.
Harbaugh,
that's
Carroll,
cinema.
Reed, and Peyton. So what
a
legendary core that is.
3 teams in the playoffs again?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. I think so as well. All right, so we could do our division awards. Once again, didn't plan these ahead of time. So I'm doing these on the spot. You will start us off. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, maybe the easiest one. Ashton Genty. He's going to get a lot of touches. We
make that too.
We talked about we just added 32nd in rushing yards per game. Now you insert possibly a generational talent at running back.
I love Genty. Let's slow it down.
I mean, possibly generational running back is college.
I guess you could say that about any player.
You could possibly about any player, but he was fantastic last season at Boise State. So I'm gonna bet on his talent and very easily Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I mean it's easy Genty for me too, but I'm a little bit more passive on pulling the trigger on him being a dominant running back right out of the gate. I think it's tough to adjust to the NFL.
I mean,
with that being said, there's no chance I'm not picking him one in Dynasty.
We've seen running backs do it.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree.
We've seen running backs struggle as well. I mean, Derrick Henry took a little bit, but
yeah, I mean, and he doesn't have this dominant offensive line to help him carry him, but we'll see. Offensive Rookie of the Year for me is Genty as well.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, I have Jahdae Barron with the Broncos. He's gonna already just get put into a defense that's already pretty good, pretty established, and he's not gonna have to worry about guarding the best player on the field. That's gonna be Pat Surtain. So I have him. I think he's going to be put in a very good spot to be successful to start his career, and he doesn't have to be perfect right away. He has time to develop, and I think that can be a great thing for a cornerback.
Yeah, I took the words out of my mouth. It's easy, Jahdae Barron for me too. Cornerback with linebacker, 2 of the toughest positions to play right off the bat in the NFL, but if you're surrounded by an already great secondary or an already great linebacker core, you're going to be miles ahead of the other corners in your class or linebackers in your class, and I think Jahdae Barron has that here. I think he plays well this season. Jahdae Barron is also my D-Roy.
Yeah. Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going back and forth. I want to pull the trigger on Bo Nix, and I think I will because I have them finishing second over Justin Herbert. So I'll go Bo Nix, Offensive Player of the Year. If like I predict, if the Broncos are going to finish second, he's going to have a pretty big season.
Fair.
So I'll pick him as my Opor.
I'm gonna go with Ladd McConkey.
That's a great
my
pick.
Offensive Player of the Year. He was just stellar last year, as you said, and in the playoffs in that last game, he was stellar as well. He's just gonna get better. Him and Herbert are just gonna build a better connection, and like we said, this offense is probably gonna be a lot more versatile come year 2 of Harbaugh and Herbert together. So give me Ladd McConkey as my Offensive Player of the Year. Honorable mention to Justin Herbert as well, because if McConkey has a great season, he probably did as well.
Yeah, I love that pick. For Defensive Player of the Year, I wrote down Max Crosby. Pat Surtain is going to be the Defensive Player of the Year in this division. He won it last season.
Yeah.
Overall in the NFL, I must have just forgot that while I was writing it. Yeah. Luckily, I remembered. But the best cornerback in football, Defensive Player of the Year, I have Pat Surtain as my Defensive Player of the Year of this division.
Me as well. There's
not too much to say.
He was the defensive player of the year last year.
all around. And I mean, there's not too much to say about the MVP as well. Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in football. He's been to the Super Bowl.
Did we just have the exact same list?
Yeah, no, we had different. I had Bo Nix.
Oh yeah, Ladd McConkey Bonix. We had one different pick.
So yeah, Pat Mahomes MVP. Not much to say about that one.
Yeah, I mean, when you have Patrick Mahomes, the defensive player of the year, and the best offensive player drafted all in the same division, it's gonna be a pretty
that's gonna happen.
Straightforward. And there really isn't another option for D.
No, I looked for it. And I'm like, there's not really a D-Roy candidate out there.
Oh boy, is the only one that is.
Although when we go to the next division, I mean, they really only drafted defensive players. If you look at it, it's kind of wild.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, let's just get right into it then with our NFC West preview. Why did I stop between NFC and West there? But with our NFC West preview, we'll start with the LA Rams, who won the division last year, finished 10-7, lost in the divisional round to the future Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. What did they rank in passing yards per game?
I'm going to assume decently high. I'll go with about 10th. Ninth?
Rushing yards.
I will take that. Rushing yards, I'm going to assume a little bit lower. I'll go about 18th.
23rd. Passing yards allowed.
Oh. That's a tough one. Their defense wasn't fantastic. I'm just going to kind of stick middle of the pack. I'll go 16th.
11th. And then rushing yards. How many times have you said I'm just going to go middle of the pack?
I'm going to stick middle of the pack as well and go 16th.
28th.
Oh, wow. They were bad.
Yeah, not great rushing defense last year. We know that their pass rush was phenomenal, especially towards the end of the year. Verse was really, really good. The offseason, they added Devontae Adams. They re-signed Matt Stafford. They also added DJ Humphries and Poona Ford. Outside of that, didn't do too much. Traded their first-round pick again, this time to the Falcons. Who did they lose? They lost Cooper Kupp, Jonah Jackson to the Bears, Demarcus Robinson to the Niners, and that's about it. They also lose Michael Hubbock and Bobby Brown, and they re-signed both their quarterbacks because they got Jimmy G back as well.
Yeah, this is they lose Cooper Kupp. I don't think it's as big of a deal. We saw, as a Cooper Kupp fantasy owner, in the back half of the season, it was not great. Yeah. It was very, very brutal, to be honest. Now you bring in Devontae Adams. Hopefully that he can stay consistent throughout the year. I don't know if Cooper Kupp was dealing with injuries or really what was going on there.
Yeah,
but it was a little weird. The offensive line wasn't great last season. Should have been better. And right now, Matt Stafford, we really don't know what's going on with him. I don't think he's been on the practice field yet. So durability issues there, but he always finds his way onto the football field. You're usually not concerned about that, but
he plays games.
He plays games. But it is concerning that he's hurt and the season hasn't started.
Yeah, it is. I don't think they're much different from last year, to be completely honest with you. I mean, you get an upgrade at receiver, probably, with Adams over Kupp, I'd say. You don't really lose anybody too impactful on your offensive line. Jonah Jackson wasn't amazing last year for you and didn't play a lot. And that's about it. I like Poona Ford as an interior defensive lineman add for them. I like that pickup.
Yeah. I think this is just a team that's going to find ways to win games. We saw it last season. McVay will find ways to win games. Stafford will find ways to win games. They were better than we thought they were going to be last season. Now, the concerning part is I do think a couple teams in this division might have got better and are going to be healthier throughout the season. So I don't really think that they're going to be able to do what they did last season and win this division.
I mean, I view them like a lesser version of the Chiefs. Like, although they don't have a ton of insane talent and they don't have the better roster than a lot of other teams, they have a really good quarterback with a lot of experience and a really good head coach with a lot of experience. And they're going to find a way to win games.
Yeah. I mean, they almost beat the Super Bowl champions in the playoffs. They were probably the closest team to beating them. Stafford had them on a drive late to, I don't know if it was to tie or take the lead, but they were in that game and very close to upsetting the Eagles, I mean.
Yeah, I mean.
They played very good.
Yeah, I feel the same about the Rams as I did at the end of last year. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
And they re-signed Kyren Williams, I believe, so he's still there.
Yep.
He had a solid season.
He's a workhorse, yeah.
He's pretty much a 3-down back at this point. We didn't see much of Blake Corum. I thought we were going to see a lot of Blake Corum, and we didn't. So
maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, well, we'll talk about the team that Cooper Kupp went to here, the Seattle Seahawks. They added him, DeMarcus Lawrence, Sam Darnold, Shaq Griffin, Josh Jones, MVS, and they drafted Zabel Nicomanawari, who was a great pick out of South Carolina for them at safety, and then Jalen Milroe at quarterback. But yeah, they were probably maybe the most active team in the offseason. They get a brand new wide receiver 1, a brand new quarterback, lose their wide receiver 1, lose their quarterback.
Yeah.
They add DeMarcus Lawrence, who I think is a really good add for them. And they also lost Tyler Lockett, who is on the Titans
He
now.
was their most Titans receiver of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know he was on the Titans, but I saw it and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
100% makes sense.
He's
That's
a Titan.
Robert
for
Woods all over again.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Hop all over again. Julio Jones
Exactly.
all over again.
It's perfect. That's where they go to die.
Yeah, it's where receivers unfortunately go to die.
But there's two teams in the NFC that aren't favorites that I'm extremely high on going into the season, and the Seahawks are one of them. I think the defense, I was in love with them last year. I raved about their defense all year long. They were so good, and they were banged up too. If they can get healthy, they have a really good secondary. Their linebackers are great. Their D-line isn't the best, but when you have such a good secondary and linebackers, you can get home a lot easier. And then their offense, they have weapons. They have a quarterback who proves that he can do something. Did I feel better about them at the end of last year than I do now? Yes, because I liked Geno Smith and DK better than I like Cooper Kupp and Sam Darnold. Regardless, I still think this offense can be really good. Their offensive line is still bad, but is a little bit better. And I like them as a team that can go win a couple playoff games.
Yeah, they bring in a new offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, from the Saints. Did have a little bit of a Cinderella run for 3 weeks to start the season last year, but I think that's a solid guy to bring in. He can really possibly unlock Sam Darnold, which we saw him get unlocked last season, so I guess it's just keeping him going, to be honest. But that's really the concern I have with this team is can Sam Darnold continue to play like he did last year? Because he was a very serviceable, very good last season with the Vikings, but now he doesn't have KOC. He doesn't have Justin Jefferson. He's going to a little bit of a worse receiving core now, but you still have JSN, who we saw last season really emerge into a top receiver, and Cooper Kupp, who struggled, but it's still Cooper Kupp. You have him on the field. He's hopefully going to get open, and I like the addition of Torrey Horton as well in the draft. Heard a lot of good things about him. He had a big game against Colorado 2 years ago. Didn't do much last season in college, but I've heard some good things about him from camp. Did score in their preseason opener. And then you said it, their defense, sneaky good. They have weapons in the secondary, Devon Witherspoon. But I don't think they can win this division. I think they can compete for a playoff spot, though.
I think they can win this division.
Really?
I do. Last year they were 10-7 and missed the playoffs. They tied for the division and missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate. But passing yards per game, where do they rank?
Oh, passing yards per game, pretty high. Geno Smith had a lot of passing yards. I'm gonna go with 8th.
6th.
Okay.
Rushing yards per game.
Kenneth Walker banged up, and that's a guy who they need to stay healthy. 100%. He's always hurt, but I absolutely love Kenneth Walker. If he's healthy, he's one of the best running backs in football. Definitely top 10. But I'm gonna go pretty low. I'll go like 24th.
28th, worse than Dallas.
Wow. Yeah.
Last year.
That's surprising.
Rushing or passing yards allowed per game.
I'm just assuming that they're a little bit better than the middle of the pack. I'll go with like 14th.
13th.
Yeah.
Good thought process. And then rushing yards.
I'm gonna do the same thought process there. I'll go 14th as well.
16th.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were injured last year defensively. I think both those numbers drastically improved in 2025.
Yeah, and they got good guys on the D-line. Going into last season, our big concern was they're just getting to the quarterback. You got guys now, Byron Murphy's developing, Leonard Williams, you bring in DeMarcus Lawrence. You have guys that can get to the quarterback now, so if they can start doing that, this defense is only going to get better.
Yeah, 100%.
And their head coach is a defensive mastermind, so he's going to find ways to make this defense better and better.
All right, we'll move on to the Arizona Cardinals then, who last season were 8-9, missed the playoffs. Where did they rank in passing yards per game?
I'm going to assume a little worse than normal. I'll go with like 18th.
18th.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I'm on the money today.
Rushing yards per game.
James Conner was banged up. I'm going to go like 22nd.
7th.
Really? Oh, yeah. That does kind of make sense.
Passing yards allowed per game.
I'll go with like 20th.
15th.
Okay.
Rushing yards allowed per game.
Middle of the pack. Rushing yards per game. I'm just going to kind of stick with that. Their defense wasn't spectacular. I'll stick with 20th.
20th?
No way.
Yes, they were 20th. You got 2 of the 4 right. That's crazy.
Wow. I'm dialed in.
Yeah, you're dialed in. But in the offseason, they added Josh Sweat, Jacoby Brissett, Akeem Davis Gaither, Calais Campbell, who of course is still in his prime.
Yeah.
And then they drafted Walter Nolan and Will Johnson for the defensive end. They really, if you look at all their ads, especially Josh Sweat, which is a huge ad, of course, mostly defensive ads, which I like. Their offensive line is improving. They're young. They kind of have weapons around Kyler, especially Trey McBride, who they extended. But yeah, I like that they went fully in on the defense. That's what they should have done. And if this defense can just get over that hump a little bit and start to become a strength for this team, puts a lot less pressure on Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler, he kind of really needs to step up and have a dominant season. He's now going to be, like a year and a half, almost 2 years off post ACL tear. So there's really not that excuse anymore. Didn't have the greatest start to preseason. His first game did throw a pretty rough interception, but it's preseason. Can't care too much. He is going into his 7th year, though, which is wild.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for a while now. He does have a Marvin Harrison Jr., who did not have as good of a rookie season as we expected. Was solid, but definitely we're expecting more from him, and hopefully we get that this year. I don't like that they didn't bring in a receiver next to him to kind of take some pressure off of him. It's still, I believe, Michael Wilson and Zay Jones. So not the best trio there, but you have Trey McBride, top 5 tight end in football, one of the best.
He's that wide receiver,
Yeah,
too.
he's basically the wide receiver, too, so he's going to have to take some of the targets away. And then the offensive line, you said it's decent. It's definitely serviceable. Jonah Williams didn't play too much last year. You really want him to step up and be able to stay on the field, and Paris Johnson Jr. continues to develop. So the O-line is there, and now it's really up to Gannon to get his defense in order.
Yep. And that's about all I got to say
Yeah.
about the Cardinals. I just don't have a ton to say about them.
No.
I mean, they got a little bit better defensively. I liked their draft. And is Kyler going to be good or is he going to be bad? That's really
He's got to prove it on the football field.
Yeah, exactly.
And Gannon has to prove it as a head coach that he can really just be a competent NFL head coach at this point.
That's probably the main story here. If they suck, he's gone.
Yeah.
It's pretty, like, the pews are cool, but that's probably the main story here.
They brought in a lot of people, so he's got to prove that he can use these guys.
Yep. Last team of our preview here, the San Francisco 49ers, who finished last in the NFC West last year with a record of 6-11, missed the playoffs. Where did they rank in passing yards per game?
I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna guess middle of the pack, 16.
Third.
Yes. Wow, that is shocking to me.
Rushing yards per game.
I'm gonna have to guess low then. I mean, they were. Wow, that throws me off. I wasn't expecting to be that high. 18th.
11th.
Wow, so their offense did still show up last year.
Passing yards allowed per game.
They had a good pass defense with Ward and all them, but they did lose some guys. I'm gonna go with 9th.
4th.
That's good.
Rushing yards allowed per game.
It's gonna have to be bad, I'm assuming. Bad, but not too bad. I'll go 20th.
18th, not that bad.
Yeah.
They were pretty good at everything, and they were 6-11
and weren't even close to the playoffs.
That's wild. And I shouldn't have said the thing about there's 2 teams in the NFC that I'm really high on that were not amazing last year, because there's more than that. Because I'm really high on the Niners as well. I think the Niners are going to be great next year. It's just they're getting healthy, and we saw, based on those stats right there, that they were still decent last year. Did they lose a ton of guys? Yes. They lost Debo. They lost Travarius Ward. They lost Leonard Floyd. They lost Dre Greenlaw. They lost Devondre Campbell. They lost Hufanga. They lost a ton of guys. They brought in Bryce Huff, who I really like, and that's about it as far as guys they brought in. In the draft, I really like Michael Williams. I like Alfred Collins as well. As Nick Martin, even in the 3rd round, I think is a pretty decent pick at linebacker for them. But, yeah, the losses concern me, but let's break them down. Debo, he wasn't great last year.
Yeah, not great.
You can stomach that. Dre Greenlaw's been hurt.
And with Debo, you have a guy already who's been playing great football, and you're getting a guy back, so that you paid a ton of money with Ayuk. So
exactly,
you're fine losing him.
And you still have Jennings, and you still have Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah,
they're gonna be fine. Dre Greenlaw didn't really play last year, was injured. Not the biggest loss in the world.
Fred Warner.
Yes, Devondre Campbell, another linebacker. No other team picked him up.
Well, Devondre Campbell had the whole. Or was that with the Niners where he quit on the team? I can't remember who that was with.
Was it? I can't remember, but no other team has.
No team.
So,
I don't think any team wants him. I think that might have been with the Niners where he just quit football basically.
So you're fine there. Leonard Floyd, good, not the biggest loss in the world. Charvarius Ward, big
Big
loss. And Hufanga, big loss.
loss.
So those two are big ones. And especially because they were the 4th best pass defense in the league last year, that's going to probably take a hit with those two gone. However, Hufanga also injured for a lot of last year. They still have the number 4 pass defense, and then Charvarius Ward is just a big loss. So as big and as scary as this looks with them losing a ton of starters, they're gaining so much more back by getting guys healthy that I think I know they're going to be better this year. I bet you they make the playoffs, and I'm going to pick them to win this division.
That's where I'm going. I'm also probably picking them to win this division. I'm also looking at their depth chart right now on ESPN, and I hadn't seen this beforehand, but secondary is concerning. Questionable, out, questionable with all their starters. So that's concerning.
In August, yeah.
That is concerning, especially after they lost so many guys. But my big thing is they brought in Robert Saleh. They brought him back as defensive coordinator.
Huge.
We know how good he was with the Niners while he was there. I think that could be a huge addition. Gets to go back with Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, 2 of the top defensive players in all of football. So that's the big get for them, honestly, in this offseason.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're going to be a lot better. And the Niners have that trend where they're in the Super Bowl and they miss playoffs, and the Super Bowl miss playoffs. So maybe that happens again.
Maybe that happens again. And it's the injuries. If they can keep CMC healthy, that's huge. You need Jawan Jennings to stay healthy. You need Ayuk to come back after that ACL tear and stay healthy, as well as Trent Williams. Trent Williams is the main piece of this O-line. They don't have the best O-line, but Trent Williams is there. He's great, and you can trust the head coach to always. Shanahan will keep this offense going no matter what. And if they struggled that much last season and still finished third, wild.
Yeah, and Purdy got paid too.
Yes.
We did not mention that, so congratulations to him. I don't know if we ever mentioned that on the show. We probably didn't.
I don't think so, honestly. Well, I don't think so. Yeah, because we did do on a trivia episode, we did have the top quarterbacks paid. I don't know if he was in there though.
Yes, that's a good point. We did not. So maybe we didn't talk about him. But okay, so we'll move on to the division standing predictions then. I got the Niners winning it. I'm high on the Seahawks, but I'm gonna have to have them finish third here. So give me the Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. And Gannon gets fired.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm going to go Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, and Gannon gets fired. I'm going to have to go with the exact same thing.
So we we were different on the other one.
We swapped the Broncos on the last division.
Yep. Start us off, Offensive Rookie of the Year in this division.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. Not really anything in this division in terms of Offensive Rookie. There was Gray Zabel, I believe Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. So, not much. It's
Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah, it's really just who's going to be on the field, to be honest, and I think Gray Zabel will be on the field the most. So I'm going to go with him.
Going with who?
Gray Zabel.
Who?
Gray Zabel.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with him too.
Yeah. There's nothing going on. He's the guard drafted by the
I literally
Seahawks.
only know him. Well, he's a first-round pick, but I also only really know him because he went to William and Mary.
No, Gray Zabel, I believe, went to.
Or no, he's North Dakota
State because
William and Mary is
that was someone earlier.
That was Charles Grant.
Yeah,
it's William and Mary. Yes. Same vibe.
Yeah. Ferguson, maybe he gets the starting tight end job that one with the Rams, and that could be huge.
Maybe
for defensive.
Defensive
Rookie of the Year. There was a lot of options.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with a little bit of a sleeper guy, a guy who fell in the draft that I was kind of shocked by. He was banged up. I meant to mention him when you're talking about the Cardinals, but Will Johnson. He was a very highly looked at cornerback out of college.
Big of you.
And, I think he's a great cornerback. I hate where he went to college, but I do think he's very talented. And, I'm going to go with him for Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's going to have to step up if this Cardinals defense is going to be better and perform. So I'm going with Will Johnson.
Yeah, I was between 3, Amenawari, Will Johnson, but I'm going to go with Michael Williams.
That was my other option.
With the Niners. I just think he's a monster talent out of Georgia. I thought whoever took him was going to get a beast, and getting to go to the Niners defensive system is just a blessing for him. I think he's going to be really, really good.
For Offensive Player of the Year, if they're going to win the division, he's going to have to play great. And I'm going back and forth between 2 guys. But I'm just going to stick with the quarterback here. I'm going to go Brock Purdy for Offensive Player. If the Niners are going to be good, he's going to have to show that he's worth that contract. He's brought him to a Super Bowl. They have a down year last year. A lot of guys banged up. I would go CMC, but I'm a little concerned that the injury is going to hurt him in the long term. I think Purdy's going to have to step up and be the main guy. So I'm going Brock Purdy.
Oh, man, I'm so torn here. So torn. Give me Trey McBride.
Ooh.
For Offensive Player of the Year. I think he's
I don't
going
hate
to
that.
show that he's the second best tight end in football this year. I think he'll pass Kelsey Kittle and Laporta. And so I just threw Laporta in there.
Just toss Laporta in there.
Yeah,
Didn't even mention Brock Bowers, but I guess he's one.
Fuck, did we not pick Brock Bowers for Offensive Player of the Year? Who did we pick for that division?
I picked what's his name? I picked Bo Nix.
And I picked Lad McConkey.
Yeah. So I guess he missed out on Brock Bowers.
I think we both should have taken Brock Bowers.
I have my reasons for Bo Nix though. I considered him.
Yeah, I forgot about him completely. But I'm gonna take Trey McBride. I think he has a breakout year. I think he gets in the end zone a lot more, and his receptions were already crazy. Yeah. So give me him.
He's a weapon. Depoy, the best linebacker in football. I'm going with Fred Warner. Leads the Niners defense, and he's gonna have to have a phenomenal season if this defense is gonna perform. A lot of new faces in there. I think he's gonna be great. He always is. He always shows up. I got Fred Warner.
Yeah, I got Nick Bosa for my Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's just going to continue to have help on that defensive line. I know he lost some guys, but he also gets Michael Williams, who I have as my Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think he's just going to benefit from that, and I think Nick Bosa is weirdly becoming pretty overlooked as an edge because it's always Micah, TJ, Garrett.
It's not ridiculous to say that. It's not ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous to say that.
For MVP, I'm going with Puka Nacua.
Really?
One of the best receivers in football.
Wow.
He's going to have another big season. As long as Stafford's healthy, I think he can have a huge season, big numbers. He's done it before in his career. No Cooper Kupp. They do bring in Devontae Adams. I think that could help him, honestly. I'm going with Puka Nacua as MVP.
I'm going to go with Fred Warner for my MVP. I think he's just the best player in this division. Like you said, he's the best linebacker in football. He's the anchor for that defense. And I'm realizing now, did I pick like 4 out of 5 Niners for this? No, 2 or 3. Pick 3. But yeah, I'm going Fred Warner for my MVP of the NFC West. But I believe that's it. I think that's all we got for this episode, unless you got anything else.
I believe that's all I got.
All right. So that will do it for this episode of the Engage 8 podcast. We'll be back next week to preview the AFC and NFC South divisions. And then the week after that will be the AFC and NFC North, leading us into week 1 of the NFL season. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit all the links in our description for TikTok, Spotify, social media, and all that good stuff. Maybe I'll see everybody in the next one.